we have over 27,000 followers, and that's every time we...
I'm CNN Radio's Bob Costantini, following a grassroots of one in Northern Virginia at the Defending the American Dream Summit, the latest event in the Tea Party movement. It includes an internet activism seminar.
I have a website, estateofdenial.com. It's a blog. I have my own domain. However, I know that I need to plug into other social networking outlets in order to expand.
Luann Anderson of Temple, Texas, just north of Austin, is among 2,000 or so activists who've come to the conference just outside Washington. Having experienced extensive family estate issues, she was drawn to the Americans for Prosperity movement, rising to the title of policy advisor for the Texas state chapter.
One of the tenets that Americans for Prosperity is very strong on is the protection of American property rights.
Anderson is a former radio talk show producer who likes to talk about her entry into activism.
I'm like the rest of these people. I kind of took it upon myself and started my own little grassroots movement of one.
But each grassroots here was nurtured in the soil that is Americans for Prosperity, which in turn has found a lot of its footing in the so-called Tea Party movement, and was instrumental in getting tens of thousands of demonstrators to Capitol Hill on September 12th for a hands-off-my-healthcare rally. AFP is a conservative movement, but is largely driven by free market issues. Out here in the hallway, under the Defending the American Dream Summit umbrella, a number of supportive organizations have set up tables. The National Taxpayers Union among them. We've also got the Leadership Institute, quote, for conservatives who want to win. The American Family Business Institute, which is seeking to repeal the so-called death tax, and Americans for Tax Reform. But the movement has gained significant national attention over its opposition to healthcare reform, with the highly publicized town hall meeting confrontations and worries about pushing seniors toward end-of-life decisions. Luann Anderson seems to be drinking that tea.
I spoke at the El Paso Tea Party a few weeks ago and was talking about that with relation to this inheritance rights issue, because the palliative care that's being talked about, which is basically a doping of our seniors, could open the door to additional estate abuse, what I deal with.
The conference also staged a town hall meeting against health reform on Capitol Hill, with the requisite produced video now on YouTube. The background music, Twisted Sisters, We're Not Gonna Take It. So where does the Tea Party movement go to maintain momentum even as individuals have their particular varied issues? Republicans have tried to embrace the Tea Party town hall anger that broadly stems from government bailouts and the notion Uncle Sam is reaching into everything. But the movement's founders have bad memories of Republican control of Congress and the White House, where spending ballooned, and they're unwilling to marry up with the GOP. Republican strategist and CNN contributor Mary Madeline.
They just don't want this kind of mounting debt that is unsustainable. That's the future of the country. What it could be the future of the Republican Party if the Republicans would do something unequivocal about addressing the deficit and debt issues.
However, some key Republicans, such as Newt Gingrich and conservative Congressman Mike Pence, did speak at the conference, trying to win over local leaders of a movement that by its very nature would lean to the GOP. In Arlington, Virginia, I'm CNN Radio's Bob Costantini.